Well, hello, lacrosse friends, and good evening, and welcome inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. I'm Spencer Tangway. We're set to go. It's Arena Lacrosse League action right here from the ILA, home of the Six Nations Snipers. It's their home opener against the Paris Riverwolves. Six Nations will wear their orange uniforms with black shoulder trim and white as well. Paris will wear black with the red shoulder caps. Opening face-off, violation against Paris. Six Nations starts off with the ball. This is week number 2 of the Arena Lacrosse League. A few other games happening today. Toronto is at the Tribute Community Center playing host to the St. Catharines Shockwave. And happening right now, it is Peterborough and Oshawa. Opening shot of the game turned aside by the starting netminder for the Riverwolves, number 31, Rance Vigneault. Paris now up the floor trying to rebound from last week's tough loss to the Toronto Monarchs. A back-and-forth game that saw the Monarchs come all the way back and steal a victory away from this Paris Riverwolf team. Outside shot, turned aside by the netminder for the Six Nations Snipers. Shots even at 1. Here is Marcus Elvin. Elvin for the Snipers, dishes off, goes for the change. Ball to the near side. Here's Race Weiss. Weiss to Smith, down low the near side. 10 on the shot clock. Ball swings across. Albrecht. Albrecht has it, needs a shot. The righty dishes off, kicked aside by Vigneault, and it's controlled by the Riverwolves. Here is Curran. Curran, the nifty lefty on the far side, elects to dish off and cause havoc in the middle. Shot from the near side, doesn't catch a piece of the starting netminder for the Snipers, who is number 30 in Brandon Stiers. Fresh 30 for the Riverwolves. Through Curran, now to the near side, number 23. And Carruthers the shot. Wide off the back dasher board, controlled. Good stop by Stiers as he grabs the rebound. You look at these rosters and you see the similarities in the game styles between these two clubs. A lot of notable players that can shoot the ball on both sides of the floor. High-scoring games for both these teams in week 1 as we see our opening goal. It goes the way of Six Nations, and that is number 77, Race Weiss, an assistant captain of the club, opens the scoring at the 12:49 mark of the opening quarter. So a 1-0 lead for the Six Nations Snipers. As this was the story in Oshawa just a week ago. They got the opening goal against the Outlaws, but Oshawa came all the way back and basically owned the game from the first quarter on in their 13-8 decisive victory over the Six Nations Snipers. Stephen Stamp on hand to call the game from the Tribute Community Center tonight. Spencer Tangway here to bring you all the action from the ILA. Thanks for watching and joining Arena Lacrosse League action, week number 2. Here is Six Nations with the ball again. 92, Briar Jonathan goes to the near side for Lane Smith. Smith, the outside shot. Caught a piece of Vigneault, his third save of the evening, and it's controlled by Briar Jonathan. Briar Jonathan, hometown favorite for the Six Nations, played Rebels and Arrows lacrosse. As Vigneault looked up the floor, but elects to come to the near side instead. Here is Mazzucato. He flips off, goes for a change. Dan Keene, the workhorse for this offensive unit for the Paris Riverwolves. Got a good look inside. Great scoring chance, but back comes Six Nations the other way. Ashton Jacobs, another local boy who played a lot of junior lacrosse right here at the ILA. That pass was intended for number 27 and Danton Miller. Went behind him, and Paris has got some speed the other way. Travis Burton couldn't flip up, and Briar Jonathan tried to control. But 10-second violation against Paris. It is Six Nations ball. Starts at the hands of Dan and Miller. Now it's controlled by who wears number 88 in Joe Miracle. Miracle up to Smith. Smith's got that big outside cannon, likes to play the top shooter position. Good look inside, they score. Takes it to the net. And that was Joe Miracle, I believe, who made it a 2-0 lead. So Six Nations out early. 2 quick goals. We've only played 3 minutes, 52 seconds. And the Snipers out in front. Battle of the dot continues. That time it's won by the Paris Riverwolves, and they're going to control on offense. Here's Brad Mazzucato. 3 Snipers jump him, and it's controlled now by Six Nations with some speed. Here's Patrick Corbett. Corbett, who played for the Sea Lax's Southwest Cyclops, who also played at the Silabs Community Center, home of the Paris Riverwolves, is now a Six Nations sniper. Ball up top for the near side. Jonathan. 2-man game here on the near side. Elects the dish off. And Roger Weiss, team captain. Weiss, a veteran on this team. Played in so many different leagues, including hometown favorites, Six Nations, Senior B lacrosse. Winners of the Founders Cup back in 2015. Pushing and shoving on the far side allows an open man for the Riverwolves, but it's turned over. That errant pass coming from Ryan Carruthers. Here is Ashton Jacobs. Heading off for a change. Briar Jonathan once again starts the offensive unit. 5 minutes in, 2-0 Six Nations. 6th shot of the game turned aside by Vinu. With some speed, 2-on-1 game the other way. Harris, now a 3-on-2. Down low to the corner of the shot, just goes wide, and it's controlled by Six Nations. Marty Hill. He flips off. Lane Smith. Watch for him to shoot. 33 in orange. One of the biggest guys on the floor. Very nifty with his offensive looks, though. Outside shot turned aside by the right shoulder, and it's controlled. Plowed over. Absolutely sent to the floor. That was Patrick Corbett just trying to lean in, but he got sent off. Rather, excuse me, that was Joe Miracle sent to the turf for Six Nations. Here is Carruthers. Carruthers to the far side. East-west game. Now the outside shot. Bouncer off the turf. But minor interference call. As Whittaker just ran through his man, but the possession was not gained yet by the Riverwolves. 23 on the shot clock. Fresh 30 and a fresh look for this Paris Riverwolf offense. Haven't seen much so far, but once again, the exact same call as that time. It was number 92 in Briar Jonathan, caught on defense, who caused the infraction. Stiers makes the shoulder save, but it's Spencer Pike keeping the play alive. Six Nations regains the possession off the turf, though. 8 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in this opening quarter here at the ILA. Ball swings to the far side. Stu Hill gets it to the near side. They swing it up top. That pass intercepted, and back comes Paris with some speed with possession. That's Blaze McCullough. Blaze played Junior B lacrosse well in general. Also spent time in the Elora Mohawks Junior B organization. Outside shot. Controlled and smothered up. Six Nations pushes the floor. Ashton Jacobs using his speed and size to shove off number 18 in Jimmy Purvis. Up top it comes for the Snipers, Marty Hill. Sends it to the far side. Tried to just get a quick shot. Couldn't get it, but Paris controls in their own crease. Here come the Riverwolves. Purvis goes for a change. Wears those high ankle socks, so it's easy to keep an eye on Purvis. Ball swings up top, looks for the outside shot. Blast turned aside by the right leg of Stiers. Switches hand up the floor quickly. Good pass from Elvin. They score! Elvin connects with Corbett and make that 3 unanswered goals. 3-0 for the hometown Snipers. And that's how you string together a transition goal in lacrosse. 3-0, Six Nations. Face-off, played back to safety by Marty Whittaker. Good win, clean draw. Briar Jonathan, baby blue gloves. Sends it to the far side, sets up shop on his near side offense. Two-man game. Sets a seal, the ball comes to the near side though. Pass was intended for Stu Hill, but just couldn't control. Paris back the other way. Players looking on the far side, but with possession was actually number 33 in Lachlan Elder. Elder to Pike. Up top it comes. Logan Holmes, Windsor, Ontario native. Holmes had an excellent opening week back at the Triple C, the T-double-C rather. A few goals and a couple assists in the Riverwolves loss. Stiers, outlet pass, connects with Tom Montour. Montour, no look pass to the corner, almost faked the goaltender Vigneault, but just couldn't connect on the pass. Shot never caught a piece of the netminder. And it's controlled by Paris. Now near side battle is controlled by Six Nations. Tom Montour wins the ball and he goes for a change after a long hard shift. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. 3-0 Six Nations Snipers. Still lots of lacrosse to go. Outside shot. Shoulder save, ball off the back dasher board, is controlled by Six Nations. Arm stays down to the official as it was number 27 in Danton Miller getting sent to the turf. Paris trying to find a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of groove on offense. Only a few shots so far and a few good looks. To the crease, could stop by Stiers though. And that will bring us to our officials timeout with 5:14 remaining. Well, Patrick Corbett has the third Six Nations goal that stretches the lead to 3-0. Here in the home opener for the Snipers. Snipers set up on offense once again. This time they're strong left. Outside shot, control the rebound. Another nice save by Vigneault. And he's got the ball looking down the floor. Elects to go to the safe outlet pass and has found number 12 in Liam Padden. 10 seconds the call, back comes Six Nations the other way. Quick whistle allows Ashton Jacobs to set up. And this Six Nations offense controlling the pace of this game real early, which has found them up 3-0. Outside shot, he scores. Travis Longboat, he was deadly in Junior B for the Rebels, and he's got the fourth goal from his great shooting position. And he just beat Vigneault from the same spot. He beat so many other goalies when he played for the Rebels. So it's 4-0 now, Six Nations. Six Nations seems to be running away with the control of this game. Paris back the other way, never got a good shot. And Six Nations picks up the Lucy. Kessler Doolittle can't control, turnover, and Paris has the ball back the other way. Here's Brendan Tainhouse. Tainhouse, the Niagara Lock monster, has that huge outside blast. He scored so many goals for the Lock Monsters just from shooting the ball. But he must be getting frustrated as the Riverwolves had not had enough possession to even get him a sniff at a good look. Ball swings to the far side. Once again, this is the shooting spot for the Riverwolves, or excuse me, for the Snipers. That one's turned aside. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the opening frame. The long stretch pass just couldn't connect with number 33. Back comes Six Nations. That was Lachlan Edler, who almost had that excellent scoring chance. Elder right on the doorstep. But now Six Nations comes back the other way. Looks to the middle, the outside shot. Vigneault goes down and makes the save. Back up the floor comes Paris. Here is Purvis. Purvis shoves off his man, flip pass, finds Curran. Ball's now up top. Back comes the near side, Dan Keene. Keene, nice flip pass. Oh, just puts it over the net. Great two-man game on ball right there from Dan Keene. And I believe that was Logan Holmes. Still a 4-0 game. Can't break the goose egg so far. Stiers has been excellent. Lane Smith thought he had it. It is controlled by Paris, though back the other way. Paris really sloppy coming out of their own end as Tainhouse takes over. Brendan Tainhouse draws a penalty. Tainhouse to the net, gets shoved to the turf, but they get a reset. Reset is real late. Sliding across with Stiers makes the stop. Great look for Paris to finally get on the board as Tom Montour in the box. So Tainhouse plays the exact same spot he did with Niagara. Up top, running the power play. Sets the seal from Dan Keane. The shot on the turf. Low and wide. Foot raised for it. Won't matter as the ball right into the penalty box. 1:44 left in this opening quarter here at the ILA. The first ever of the Arena Lacrosse League in 2017. And the hometown Six Nations Snipers have the only 4 goals of the contest. Penalty kill begins for Six Nations. By the way, OLA rules say in junior and major the 30-second clock does not run for penalty kills. Arena Lacrosse League follows the National Lacrosse League rules. The penalty 30-second clock does run for short-handed opportunities. So 30-second clock in operation right now with $1:14 left on the game clock. Six Nations trying to stretch out the floor, playing a box formation, and just really stretching the defense of Paris. 8 seconds on the clock with possession. That is Roger Weiss, team captain. The shot's wide, and a rebound was not controlled by Albrecht, who's already picked up 2 tonight. Vigneault stretches the floor. We're under a minute to go. Dan Keane, right-handed, talented shooter, switches spots with Tainhouse this opportunity. Dan Keane gets it to the near side. That attempt went through Jamie McMahon. Now back to Keane, the shot blocked. Rebound, looks to go to the crease. Stiers was down and out, but they just couldn't get it on net. Tainhouse's shot well wide. An excellent defense from the Snipers to not allow a shot so far on this power play. 25 seconds left in the opening quarter. Shot clock doesn't mean a thing anymore. It's turned off. As Six Nations, Corbett with speed. He's beat the defender. The shot, he scores. Just like that, it's 5-0, and that seemed too easy for Patrick Corbett, who simply beat his man right to the net far side, and he's got his second 5-0 Nations. Well, it's a short-handed tally for Patrick Corbett. You think power plays are a good thing for your team, except this time, head coach Jamie Dubrick on the wrong end of this opening period. 5-0 Nations so far with just a few seconds left. Paris wins the face-off. They elect not to call timeout. They swing it up top with possession. Curran the shot. They score. 1.8 left in the period and only 1 second left in the minor penalty to Tom Montour. Paris on the board. Curran with the outside blast. Second period set to begin. Thanks for joining us. Spencer Tangway here to call today's game. Brody Spees, your camera operator, and we're underway. 5-1 Nations. After the opening 15 minutes of play, as once again, Six Nations sets up on offense. That was the story of the opening quarter. Outside shot, that one caught a piece of the crossbar, so it remains Six Nations ball. The opening quarter belonged to the Six Nations Snipers from the beginning to the end. So many good looks from the offense. Saw a great couple goals from Patrick Corbett. And Elaine Smith as well impressed me, outside shots. But not only that, opening up some space. And great work with the pick and rolls and two-man game. Paris looking to bounce back from that quarter and really try to figure something out, as Stiers has been hot in net. That shot blocked. Controlled, though, by Jamie McMahon. McMahon, one of the smallest guys on the floor, but so quick on his feet, and he's such a lacrosse IQ player. Knows exactly where players are going to be and uses his size to his advantage. Six Nations trying to keep the pressure alive here with 13:52 remaining in the second quarter. I know it's early, but if they can get a few more goals, they're up by 6 or 7. That outside shot, once again, caught a piece of the post. Vinu trying to find some groove and find some momentum between the pipes so far. Pipes helping him out. That shot blocked off the kidney pads. It comes into the corner. Paris up the floor with some speed. That is Blaze McCullough. Blaze, one of the only players that has not played any Junior A experience. Only a Junior B player, as I mentioned, with Welland and a little bit with the Elora Mohawks. Outside shot turned aside by Stiers. Referee, no goal. As immediately the refs are going to come together here. They're going to blow it right back in. Mike Thompson, one of the veteran officials, thought maybe that might have had a chance to go in. However, we're not sure. We'll try to see if the officials talk about that. No goal to call. What a stop by Vinu, no. Back the other way. Another stop. That one caught a piece of the crossbar. Six Nations applying pressure and taking advantage of the situation as head coach Jamie Dubrick for Paris still up in arms, thinking it should be 5-2. Well, nevertheless, only a 5-1 game. That one counts. Dan Keane. How about a rocket from Paris? That one well above the dotted line, almost from right above the bench itself. Beats Stiers' 5-hole, and it's 5-2. Well, you talk about comeback goals, and that is definitely the one. They thought it was 5-2 a minute ago. Six Nations comes down, has a great offensive look, couple of good shots, but Vinu kept him in it, and Dan Keane just unleashed the beast. Outside blast has made it a 3-goal contest. These teams are evenly matched, all 6 in the Arena Lacrosse League. You look at the opening scores of the opening weekend, the first 2 games, 1-goal contests, and then it was Oshawa winning by 5 over the Six Nations Snipers in the prime time event in front of a good crowd at the Tribute Community Center. But the rosters comprised with players that have played some pro experience, training camp players for the National Lacrosse League teams. And not only that, a lot of players, of course, with CLAX as Stiers goes up and makes the save. Great chance, but a better stop coming from Stiers. Ball swings up top now. Here is Spencer Pike. Pike, the lefty, on this wrong side of the floor. They scored 3 unanswered goals. And Paris is starting to string it back together. And they're on a little bit of a run here. Just 3 minutes, 9 seconds into the second frame. We got a 2-goal game. Well, you look at the other goaltenders for Six Nations. You have Chase Martin and Warren Hill. All 3 of the goaltenders actually for Six Nations have played loads of minutes here at the ILA for the Six Nations Chiefs, Warriors, Rebels, and Arrows. Lots of lacrosse from Six Nations. You look at their roster, a lot of it coming right from Six Nations. Race Weiss. He hasn't played since junior lacrosse, 33 years of age, in the best shape he's ever been. So a diverse roster for the Six Nations Snipers. Now they look on offense to try to find what was clicking for them in the opening quarter, as they have given up 3 unanswered goals. Here's Longboat, a huge piece of their offensive puzzle. That shot, though, well off the mark. Good pressure from Paris. Late shot is wide, so Paris pressures Six Nations into giving up their first shot clock violation of the contest. Out-of-town scoreboard in the National Lacrosse League tonight. Toronto Rock up 4-0 right now over Saskatchewan in their home opener. Got to look at Nick Rosen, that beautiful unsung hero story, nominated for the league goaltender of the year last year, and then he only gives up 5 in his debut this season with Brandon Miller out in Rochester. And now he's up 4-0 over the defending champions. Six Nations back the other way. We got a 5-3 game here. Arena Lacrosse League action. Spencer Tangway in to call today's game. Steven Stamp at the Tribute Community Center in Oshawa. How about Albrecht? Albrecht, he's got 2 Riverwolves on him. Doesn't matter. Dishes to the middle. Shot clock once again going to beat the Six Nations snipers. And Paris, maybe a firecracker has been lit on that bench, but they are a new team in this second quarter. 10 minutes exactly left in the second quarter. Ball swings to the near side. It's controlled by Andy Campbell. Campbell, good deep, back the other way comes Six Nations. They have a 2-on-1. 2-on-2 though off the bench. Now it's a 3-on-2 as Corbett joins the plush. That pass was a little bit behind Corbett. Briar Jonathan has it on his wrong side of the floor and swings it all the way back to Corbett. Corbett to Jonathan. Jonathan finds his natural side of the floor now, draws a penalty as well, as he was being bothered there by Liam Patton. He's going to get called for slashing. He's on his wrong side of the floor, needs to get off the floor and allow the power play unit to come back on. Weiss with it up top. The hidden ball trick, Weiss has it. Longboat trying to fool the Paris Riverwolves. Weiss the shot, oh what a beauty! Load a high riser, a sidearm cannon. Roger Weiss makes it a 6-3 lead for the Snipers. When the Rivermen won the President's Cup at the Jack Aycliffe Arena in Six Nations, he absolutely put on a show for the St. Catharines, Ontario fans. What a tournament he had there, and what a season he had for the Rivermen who play at the Gaylord Paulus Arena, the other lacrosse arena here in Six Nations. So many great games have been played there as well. Before this arena was built, that is where the Junior A Arrows and Junior B Rebels would play. 9 in the shot clock. Ball swings up top. The Riverwolves the shot. Stiers, though, well out of his net, as that ball was shot right into the belly pad. The bounce pass just out of the reach and found the stick of the netminder Vigneault. Sidestep and goes around the defender of Marcus Elvin. .7:35 to go. Officials timeout coming up next stoppage. That bounce pass just wide off the turf. 2 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to get called for a shot clock violation. And the officials missed the officials' timeout, so hopefully next stoppage in play, they'll call officials' timeout. Albrecht has it on the near side. Isolation opportunity here as he goes to the net hard, but then checks up and swings it back up top for Travis Longboat. Longboat to the far side through Marty Hill. That shot wide as that one was ripped from Race Weiss. And now they call officials timeout with 6:53 remaining in the second quarter. Stick with us, 6-3 the score. Nations on top. Opening quarter, thought it was going to go the other way when it was a 5-0 lead for the Six Nations Snipers, but back come the Paris Riverwolves as they start us off after the officials' timeout. Good look. Stiers may have got a piece of that shot, but the officials say no reset. As Stiers just picks up the loosie off the turf. Up to Corbett. They got numbers. It's a 3-on-2. Corbett, he's got a lot of time and room. The shot kicked aside by Rance Vigneault. Loose ball was controlled by Six Nations, but the battle continues here on the near wall. Controlled by Paris. Here's Jimmy Purvis. Purvis, the natural defender, 2-on-1 back the other way. Drops his shoulder, but he lost possession. Nice stretch pass from Stiers up to Corbett. The shot turned aside. Patrick Corbett really stretching the floor now for the Six Nations Snipers. Yard sale on the turf as Corbett does it all. Gets back, hustles, and takes away that scoring chance for the Paris Riverwolves. Ashton Jacobs dishes off. Nice look. Lane Smith to the middle. What a goal. Oh my, Lane Smith. Put that one on the highlight reel because that one was a thing of beauty. And absolutely undressed the netminder to make it a 7-3 lead for the Snipers. Name fitting after that goal, as Lane Smith absolutely sniped that one to make it a 7-3 lead. Well, they give the assist to Jacobs and Weiss on the goal. So it's a 4-goal lead once again now for Six Nations. They did have a 5-goal lead at one point. Pass is picked off. How about Briar Jonathan? No, it's Marty Hill rather. Marty Hill breakaway and he scores. Marty Hill picks it off and now it's a 5-goal lead. 8-3 the score. But Marty Hill picks off the east-west pass from Paris and just simply has all the time and space on that breakaway. So battle continues right in front of the penalty bench. It's controlled by Paris. That pass off the turf. The shot's wide. That'll be an over and back violation. And Six Nations will control deep in the Paris end. Jacobs up top with control now, number 22, Tom Montour. Montour, he goes off. Roger Weiss comes on. They swing that one through. Tyler Albrecht to the near side of the shot. Controlled once again by Six Nations, fresh 30. That will be over and back because it was unintentionally tipped. And they're going to blow it right in. Albrecht made a mistake. Paris comes in, he scores. Tyler Albrecht didn't realize the play was going to be blown in that quickly. And with his speed, the Riverwolves, number 33 in Lachlan Elder, makes it an 8-4 game. So a face-off violation against Six Nations, Paris ball. As Paris goes to the bench side to start this offensive look and try to once again climb their way back into it. Starts with Spencer Pike. That shot off Stiers. Good offensive rebound by Pike. He comes in once again. Reaching in the crease was Pike. Six Nations has the ball and they're with speed. Here they come. Montour off the floor. The flip pass didn't work, but he gets it back anyways. Montour swings it to the far side now. For Longboat. Longboat the shot. That was a changeup. What a stop by Vigneault on the turf. Threw his stick in the air and just got enough of that rubber. 3:43 left in the second quarter. May have been the stop of the year so far in the ALL. Give credit to Rance Vigneault on that one. Up top, the twist shot blocked off the shaft of the stick of Montour. Stiers on the ground, makes the pad save, and he caught his own rebound. Good reaction stop there. Goaltending battle has been absolutely hot tonight, as 12 goals have already been scored, but the scoring chances are coming furiously at them from all aspects and all spots on the floor. Just over 180 seconds left to tick off the clock in this first half here at the ILA. One other game happening at 7 p.m. tonight, and that is Oshawa playing host to Peterborough. On the crease, they score. Not much a goal they can do about that one as the Riverwolves connect. That one was Ryan Carruthers on the doorstep and makes it an 8-5 game. Riverwolves once again climbing their way back into it. Well, the pendulum now swings to the side of the Paris Riverwolves. Momentum picking up. But this has been a momentum game. It seems to take one little hit or one goal to spark a team. As now, it's an 8-5 game. It was a 5-goal lead at 2 occasions in tonight's game for Six Nations, but they've let it slip away a few times. Longboat checking up, going to the near side. He scores! Travis Longboat fools Venu with a twist shot from the outside. 9-5, Six Nations. Here is number 84 for Six Nations in Marty Hill. That pass tried to go to the doorstep. Couldn't connect. A slash in the back is missed. And with speed, here comes Paris. That pass was intended for number 23 and Ryan Carruthers. He has the last and fifth goal for Paris. Fast-paced action continues. That pass off the turf, picked off by Six Nations. Timeout is called. 28 seconds to go. Venu is on the bench. 6 attackers versus 5 snipers as it starts with who other than Dan Keene. Keene up top. They play catch, wait for the perfect time to go, usually around the 8 or 7 second mark. Keene now finally finds his momentum as here we go. 8 seconds to go. Keene to the far side. He's being bothered by a double team of Six Nations. Swings it to the far side. Pike can't control. The time is going to expire. 9-5 the score after 2 quarters of play, the opening half, here in the Arena Lacrosse League week number 2 game between Paris and Six Nations. Well, it's a 9-5 game. Second half about to begin. Six Nations here in their home opener. Good crowd on hand in the Arena Lacrosse League 2017 debut. As the Six Nations Snipers win the opening face-off of the second half, and they're going to run from left to right this third quarter. Paris running from right to left. Six Nations checks up, and the dish off, just coming to the near side. 15 to go already on the shot clock. Through Travis Longboat. Longboat up top, they go now to Danton Miller. Venu slides to his right, makes the shoulder save, and it's controlled by the Riverwolves. Fast-paced transition game by both teams as that's going to be called. Slashing call against Joe Miracle as we heard that one up here in the broadcast booth. As 2 of the 3 officials clearly seen the slash. So 6 attackers now for the Riverwolves. Venu on the bench. Dan Keene, outside shot, kick stop, and the rebound's controlled, drawing our second penalty for Six Nations and the second power play look for the Riverwolves. Keener's up top. Tanos goes into his shooter position. They have Spencer Pike on the far shooter position and 2 crease guys. They are strong right on this power play. Through Dan Keene. Keene up top, behind the back to Tanos. They swing it over to number 44, Pike. Keene, underhand shot, caught the ankle of Six Nations defender. I believe that was Kranz. Now to Tanos. Tanos down to the far side. Keene to the middle. The middle was jammed as Six Nations collapsed. 15 seconds on the shot clock to Tanos down to the crease. Just out of the reach. Dan Keene to the middle now gets absolutely crushed by 2 Riverwolves players. Now Tanos gets away with a high stick as play continues as Tanos goes to the bench. 20 seconds on the shot clock. It's controlled by Tom Montour. Montour takes a couple of slashes. He's got a good shooting lane. Shot, kicked aside, goes to the far side. It's controlled by Albrecht. Splits the D. Albrecht, good move. Got another good chance, but he elects to pull out with 20 still remaining on the shot clock. Up top through Weiss. Bounce pass. Almost thread the needle. Now it's a break the other way. Here's Purvis. Purvis on the break. Twist shot goes wide. Great look. No scoring chance, though, as the shot is wide right. Weiss settling it down. Still 30 seconds remaining, and the minor penalty to Joe Miracle. 9-5 the score at half. That's what it remains here. 2 minutes and a half into this second half. Bounce shot. Missed wide right. Nice pass from Longboat. Scores! Outside shot. Venu gets caught on one he'd want back. Roger Weiss collects the pass from Travis Longboat and capitalizes. It's 10-5, and once again, Six Nations doubles their lead. We'll see if he gets the opportunity to go between the pipes. Third goaltender for the Riverwolves, Kevin Orleman, the draft pick of the Buffalo Bandits. They're at home tonight looking to rebound after their lackluster performance. Troy Cordingley, head coach of the Bandits, was not impressed at all with the entire roster of the Buffalo Bandits in their opening game against Colorado in their 12-8 loss. Well, 11:45 to go here, 10-5 the score. Behind the back flip pass doesn't work. It's controlled by Lane Smith. Smith, using his size, tried to crease dive and goes to the turf. We'll see if Chelich goes in for the Riverwolves, as Pino's been good, but you got to change some things up here as they find themselves in a hole, down 10-5 as we approach 5 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Paris, ball's clogged in the middle. It is going to be a violation against Six Nations, so Paris pulls out and gets a fresh 30. Here's Dan Keene. Keene, up top, they go through Carruthers, the shot. High hit, and he's down, he's hurt. Tainhouse is hurt, slow to get to his feet. So Tainhouse, high stick the call against Ashton Jacobs. Tainhouse slow to get to his feet, now running off to the bench. I believe it is just a 2 coming, though. Huge opportunity for Six Nations. If they can kill this off. As Tainhouse, outside blast, now to the crease. What a stop by Brandon Stiers! Oh my! As they settle it down, hometown crowd coming to life here at the ILA. Ball swings up top, Dan Keene. Keene now to the low crease. Picked up and controlled by Six Nations. What a stop by the netminder and Brandon Stiers, who wears number 30. Vinu had one of his own in the second quarter. That one just stole the show here in the third. 9:30 remaining in the third quarter. 3:30 remaining on the 5-minute penalty to Ashton Jacobs. Battle continues. Paris controls. As that was Six Nations number 92, Briar Jonathan, getting called. Slow to get to his feet for the Riverwolves is Travis Burton. Over and back. Warning on the floor. The ball never crossed half, and now it's controlled by Six Nations. Jacobs in the box for another 3 minutes. Sent to the turf is Kranz. It's controlled now by Paris. The intensity level in this game is picking up very rapidly as Dan Keene, the veteran forward, slows down the offense for the Riverwolves. Still haven't been able to find another power play goal. Delayed penalty against Six Nations. They score. That one will be wiped out, and they get their first goal on the major. So the Riverwolves, Andy Campbell, squeaks one through the 5-hole to make it a 10-6 game with 8:46 left to play in the third. And they will play 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. Face-off battle, swatted back, and it is controlled by Paris's number 55 in Brad Mazzucato. Mazzucato, Jamie McMahon. McMahon, he's just going to be the 5th safety player up top. They'll play 4-on-3. Up top, Dan Keene, down low for Tainhouse. The shot, good stop by Stiers. Stiers just trying to find that loose ball on the turf as it is controlled by the offensive unit of the Riverwolves. Up top for Keene, now to Pike, behind the back pass. The shot, oh, did he stop it? Yes, he did. Down to the turf, controls the rebound, and they stretch the floor. Can he control? He gets sent to the turf. That was Race Weiss, an assistant captain. He gets the call of the official and the applaud of the crowd. He gets sent to the turf once again. Now they swat it away from him as Weiss gets up with displeasure, trying to put his helmet back on and draw a penalty at the same time, to no avail. 7:37 left to go in the third quarter. Tainhouse all alone on the crease. Outside shot goes underhand. Good stop. Dan Keene Sent to the turf, and coming into his defense is Andy Campbell. I mentioned the intensity's picking up. Kranz takes a swing at Dan Keene. The bench staff and team personnel of Six Nations giving it to Dan Keene right now, as he just simply is the safety player up top. Kranz runs through his man. Six Nations, by the way, 23 seconds is left on this 5-on-3 for them. Tripped up is the Nations player. And it will be Six Nations ball. This should be the officials' timeout, but the officials do not notice the clock once again, and we play on. 7 minutes remaining here in the third. Well, this game went to a new level completely. Intensity's picked up dramatically as the 5-on-3 now expires. As Paris heading to the penalty box, the minor penalty that is delayed is going against Travis Burden. Behind the back shot missed, and the delayed penalty arm stays up, and now we get a whistle as Travis Burden called for a legal cross-check. Well, 4-on-4 opportunity for 30 seconds, and then Ashton Jacobs is allowed to come out of the penalty box, his 5-minute major. So this means that Paris only able to get one goal on that 5-on-3 opportunity and that major. So they now go 2 for 4 on the power play. Paris quickly back up the floor. Ashton Jacobs now out of the penalty box. It's a short-handed opportunity now for Paris as they set up. They went through McMahon. They rolled it all the way back up top for Logan Holmes. Holmes checks up, comes to the near side. With it is Carruthers. 10 on the shot clock. Carruthers leans into the defender of number 84, and that's Marty Hill. Shot clock violation. Six Nations gets the officials' timeout with 5:44 left in the third quarter. Well, here we go again. 10-6 score. 5:44 left to play in the third. Nations now on a power play for 1:09. This is Six Nations' second power play. They're 1 for 1 tonight, as they got the buzzer beater earlier in that first period of play. They go with Weiss up top. Weiss, Longboat, and Montour up top. Through Longboat to the crease. That one never hit the goal. 7 on the shot clock. Weiss doesn't notice he's only got 5. Now to Longboat the shot. Kick stop. They control the rebound, and with possession is number 88, Joe Miracle. Now to the crease, they score. Good look from Roger Weiss up top, down low to the crease to make it an 11-6 game. Selich got to go in last week at the Tribute Community Center. Paris find themselves down 11-6 right now with 5 remaining in the third. And it's not against Venu. I mentioned he might get a little bit of time off earlier in the contest when Six Nations was steamrolling. But now he's settled down and made a few more stops. But his offense has been unable to beat the hot goaltender of Brandon Stiers. How about Briar Jonathan? Jonathan gets denied. Fresh the reset for Six Nations. Up top, now it comes to number 27 for Six Nations, and Danton Miller. Miller up top, back to Race Weiss. Weiss to the far side, 15 on the shot clock. The outside shot off the glass and wide. Picked up by Paris, and they settle it down, getting a full change. Off the glass, Lachlan Elder, he's got a few tonight already. Swings it to Spencer Pike. Pike, natural lefty. Takes a slash, and Andy Campbell also takes one as well, but they dish it off to Dan Keene. Keene uses the seal set by Tainhouse. He seems to be all right after going down last shift. Outside shot, wide, shot clock violation, and now Campbell and Kranz face to face. Tainhouse comes in as well, and no penalty coming on the play. 3:42 left to go in the third. I have a funny feeling a lot more is left to be settled here. First meeting of these two clubs as well in this season. It is the battle of the Grand River, of course. Paris and Six Nations, two rivals. What a beauty! Lane Smith sent to the turf. Bouncer beats Vinu at his hips. Make that lead doubled. It's 12-6 Six Nations. Well, for the third time tonight, Six Nations doubles their lead. They had a 5-0 lead. Then it was 10-5, and now it's 12-6. Six Nations gets handed the draw by a face-off violation from Paris. Here is Six Nations. Over and back the call. Paris starts off with it. With possession, that is Jim Purvis. Purvis loses control, tries to throw a hit, and just gets down. Back the other way, here's Elbrick, 3-on-3. Elbrick, the shot, scores! So once again, goaltending change. Paris Riverwolves welcome into the net. Number 30 for him in Marco Celic. Face-off violation, the Riverwolves get the ball. As now, Paris starts off the ball on the far side. Swings it down low to the near side. Celic, who's played national lacrosse and international lacrosse. As Stiers, oh my! How about a highlight reel save once again? Superman has landed here at the ILA. Vicious slash gets called, and Stiers is absolutely putting on a show. Paris sets up on offense. Dan Keene plays catch with Pike. Down low on the near side was Jamie McMahon. Couldn't control. Over and back the call. So power play once again unsuccessful. Tom Montour chasing after the ball for Six Nations, trying to get the play blown in quickly. Montour's got it. Montour connects with Six Nations. They score. 14-6. As Vinu coming back. Controlled by Six Nations. Minute 25 left to play in the third period. By the way, that's Six Nations' second shorthanded goal tonight. Up top, Dan and Miller slowing it down. Now Briar Jonathan. Jonathan, he's being watched by two Riverwolf player. Double teamed, and now with a minute 8 remaining, it's a 2-on-2 ball battle right here on the line. It's controlled by Paris. Under a minute to play here in the third. Dan Keene gets bumped by Jonathan, and they're going to set up on the power play. 25 seconds remaining in the minor penalty to Martin Whittaker. Tainhouse now up top in the quarterback position. He's got it. Plays catch with Pike on the far side. Tainhouse flips it to Dan Keene, but once again, the power play is useless tonight as he's unable to connect for a shot. 30 seconds left on the game clock, 23 on the shot clock, 7-second differential. Penalties over for Whittaker. Riverwolves now 2 for 5 on the man advantage. Starts with Travis Longboat, 10 on the shot clock. Longboat to the near side, they score. Vinu just not there in time, as that's the 15th goal for Six Nations. And there's still a quarter to go. Well, it's a 9-goal lead now for Six Nations. Back to the face-off dot we go. Violation, it's Paris ball. 11 seconds remaining. They just simply throw it away. 5 on the shot clock and 2 on the game clock. That will do it for the end of the third quarter. Talk about a different story. Brandon Stiers been the hero in net, and all of a sudden, this game is getting out of reach. We're back underway here at the ILA, fourth quarter of action. Face-off controlled by the Paris Riverwolves. Now the ball pops out, and it is controlled by the Six Nations Snipers. What a three-quarter game we have had. 15-6 the score for Six Nations. Goaltending story of Brandon Stiers, unbelievable tonight. Power play of the Snipers has been deadly. Longboat, Lane Smith, Patrick Corbett, three players that have been absolutely red hot as we head into the fourth. Dan Keene and company trying to claw their way back into it as the ball starts up top with Spencer Pike. Pike just tried to throw that towards the bench as the changing Andy Campbell gets sent to the turf. This will be a 2-on-0 as they blow it in, as Vinu denies the Six Nations sniper in Kessler Doolittle. Doolittle would have had a clean-cut breakaway, but he just couldn't control. 13:52 left to play in tonight's broadcast. Doolittle, he got caught on D, now was able to change. Ball's to the far side. Stiers makes the save. They push the floor. This will be a breakaway, but once again, they're unable to find the clean-cut break as they cannot cleanly transition the ball. They settle it down on the far side. Ball swings up top through number 42, Patrick Corbett. Shot is controlled by Vinu. Good stop, good rebound control. Now it is Paris back the other way. Mazzucato dishes off to Spencer Pike. Pike swings it to the far side. With control, Carruthers. Up top for Dan Keene. Didn't even make it to halfway to the goal. Six Nations has got some speed. With possession. Good 2-on-1. They score! Danton Miller connects on the pass from Tom Montour and Brendan Stiers. 16-6. How about a 10-goal lead? Face-off was won cleanly by the Six Nations Snipers, but they turn it over, but now they get it back. Good work by Marty Whittaker. Snipers going through a few different draw men now, trying out a few different options as they have the 10-goal lead with 12:30 remaining in the game. Whittaker just slides that one across east-west the floor, now to Travis Longboat. Longboat to the far side. Two-man game, pick and roll, works, connects. Shoving off his man was number 88 in Joe Miracle. Ball comes into the seats and back onto the floor. And the play is restarted with Paris with the ball. Riding Curran. Up top for Dan Keene. Keene the shot. Good stop by Brandon Stiers. Stiers was the third string a couple of years ago for the Rochester Nighthawks. What a franchise, the Nighthawks, and what a rich history of Rochester and Six Nations. National League champions in 2012, 2013, and 2014. Stiers family, a huge part of that organization and Six Nations lacrosse. Six Nations now back the other way after another big stop by Stiers. Here's Patrick Corbett. Corbett, bounce pass off the floor. Tyler Albrecht sends it to the near side. Gets it back, just couldn't connect on the one-timer. Loose ball is picked up by Paris. Lachlan Elder stretches the floor, the shot wide. Didn't even get a shot. Stretch the floor once again. The Battle of Grand River, hot and ready for more here in game number 1 of the season series between the two clubs. They'll meet a few more times before the playoffs. As the ball comes to the far side, twist shot, Vinu thought he was going to the near side, but it beat him on the far side, just couldn't connect with the net. Paris now has the ball as they start the transition. All over him, though, is Six Nations Race Weiss. Weiss wants some of Paris's number 18, Jimmy Purves. Full reset. Weiss collects his thoughts, the associate captain of this 2017 Snipers Club. Good seal by Lane Smith. Smith gets called for a late moving pick. I thought it was a good pick, but it was a late call. Bounce pass to Spencer Pike. Pike to the near side for Andy Campbell. Campbell drives to the net. Good stop by Stiers. And Six Nations comes back the other way. How about Whittaker? Whittaker couldn't get the pass away. Is a good back check by Pike. 2-on-2 back now. In the feet of Stiers, who makes another good stop. Settling it down for Six Nations and getting a full change, allowing the offense to come off and setting on. Corbett uses the seal from Kessler Doolittle. Doolittle, a huge part of the Arrows and Rebels organization. Six Nations Rebels, how many championships? It's too many to count on one hand. Founders Cup champions. They hosted and won the Founders Cup in 2012 right here at the ILA. Won it when they went out west. Won it when they went out east. Got knocked out by the hands of the Founders Cup champions this year, the Orangeville Northmen. But what a year and what a team and what a franchise, Six Nations Rebels lacrosse. Twist shot behind the back. Good effort by Andy Campbell, and that's going to draw a crowd. Stiers joining in there as well as Andy Campbell took a slash at Brandon Stiers. I believe that's the original call. And we'll play 5-on-5 lacrosse. So, 5-on-5 lacrosse, 8 minutes, 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Battle continues right in front of the Parents bench. Now it's a breakaway for Six Nations coming in. The shot denied by the crossbar. Ball's way up top at half, and it's controlled by Joel Shepley. Ball comes to the near side. Travis Longboat. Longboat. Good look to the middle. The twist shot hit the goal post, beat Vinu. But Vinu got some luck, and the ball bounced right back in control of the Riverwolves. They stretch the floor. Nice pass. Good transition, but a better stop by Brandon Stiers. Here is Carruthers. 7.5 left to play. Officials timeout is approaching. Battle on the turf, won by Six Nations. Jacob Kranz, the lone player in the offensive zone, is now he's joined by the ball carrier in number 42, Patrick Corbett. Corbett goes through number 92, Briar Jonathan. 15 on the clock. Through Weiss, back to Corbett. Back to Roger Weiss. Now to Corbett, who's in the middle of the shot. Rings wide. Over and back is just going to be called, and Tainhouse will go off. That'll be our officials' timeout with exactly 7 minutes left to play. 16-6. Nations on top. Toronto Rock have a commanding lead over the Saskatchewan Rush, and the Buffalo Bandits finding themselves in a hole once again as New England is all over them at the KeyBank Center. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining here in tonight's broadcast. Home opener for the Six Nations Snipers. Couldn't have gone any better so far, as that twist shot beats Stiers for the 7th time. And a little bit of spark and a little bit of light coming from the Paris Riverwolves. That's a goal by Bryden Curran. Face-off won by the Paris Riverwolves. Controlled by Liam Patton, and he goes for a change. 6:30 remaining here in the fourth. Riverwolves down by 9. Ball swings to the near side. Here's Brett Ubelaitis, the shot. Ubelaitis, the rebound, they shoot wide. That will draw a crowd as Dan Keene absolutely flipped the nation's player, as Jimmy Purvis almost stole that away from number 44 of Nations and Ashton Jacobs. Longboat to the far side. They swing that one, just couldn't get it. Behind the back chance, caught a piece of the netminder. And now Jimmy Purvis has it. Purvis has Tainhouse off the bench. Back to Purvis, can't connect. And Bryden Curran, the latest goal scorer for the Riverwolves, controls with 16 on the shot clock. Ball's way up top for Jamie McMahon, who goes down to Brendan Tainhouse. Tainhouse gets it up to Pike. Pike used the seal set by Curran. The blast right into the belly pad. 5.5 to play here in the fourth. Here is Six Nations number 42, Patrick Corbett, a workhorse for them tonight on the transition game. Corbett gives that to Race Weiss. The shot from up top deflects into the corner. It's controlled by Lane Smith. Lane Smith goes off for the change as they need a shot. Controlled. Save into the corner. The rebound is controlled, though, by the Six Nations Rebels. Jay Kranz goes off, and the Snipers regain an offensive unit for the third consecutive set. By the way, winner of this game, 1-1 on the year. Both teams lost their opening game a week ago. Teams will meet back here a week tonight, playing different opponents, however. But the ILA will host 2 games next Saturday, January 21st, and the Sillaps Community Center will be the home opener for the Paris Riverwolves. That game gets underway 7 p.m. from the Sillaps Community Center. So 2 games here next weekend. It's a 1 o'clock game and a 4 o'clock game next weekend here, and a 7 p.m. game from Paris next Saturday night. Spike down to the corner. Spencer Pike. The pass, the one-handed dump into the corner was actually going on goal, but blocked by the Riverwolves. And now Six Nations is trying to kill the clock with under 4 to play. Briar Jonathan just zings that one down to the corner. It is controlled now by Stu Hill. Hill takes a stick to the head. That's going to draw a penalty, as Jimmy Purvis will head to the penalty box. High sticking will be the call. Up top now. The shot controlled by the netminder, and a legal cross-check will be the call, rather. This great league as we bring you lacrosse from across Ontario in the winter of 2017. We'll see the power play unit go back to work. That shot wide over and back is not called, as it will be controlled by the Paris Riverwolves. Stiers come out of the net, playing defense, and strips that one away from number 33 in Lachlan Elder. For Longboat. Longboat, the shot, he scores! Travis Longboat, his third of the evening, stretches the lead to 17-7. What can you say about Travis Longboat and that twist shot? Dropped his left shoulder like he was going low, and Vinu bought it. Ball went in over his left shoulder. 2:48 to go, 17-7 lead. Fans start to make their way out of the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. This game started off back and forth, but until the second half, it was all Six Nations. Now they get another face-off win, and they start it again. Tom Monter dished off to the far side. Now Weiss. 10 on the shot clock. Weiss is able to control that. The twist shot caught a piece of the netminder. I didn't think that did, but they get a fresh 30. Paris bench doesn't agree as well. Lane Smith in scores! Another highlight reel goal by Lane Smith. Well, it's a blowout. However, some of the goals and some of the stops this Six Nations team has made in tonight's game are making the ALL season highlight reel, and they're all coming from one game. 1:40 remaining in the fourth. Outside shot never made it on goal. It is controlled by Six Nations, and once again, the transition game has a breakaway. With it is Whittaker, the shot, no goal, crease violation. And now, Paris get the break. Whittaker thought he had his first, and now rough stuff could be ensuing, but they elect to just shove each other off, as that was Marcus Elvin for Six Nations. Well, the home team will win this game quite easily as they lead by 11 as we approach 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter. Paris gets called for a delayed penalty. Stiers to the bench as Ashton Jacobs just pulls out. Ball's on the far side, right in front of the nation's bench. 13 seconds on the shot clock. They get it up top for Lane Smith. Outside shot wide. Caught a piece of the netminder. They'll get a fresh 30. 35 on the game clock, so a 5-second differential. It is controlled by Paris. That causes the delayed penalty to be activated. 31 seconds to go. Six Nations will get another look in the power play. It's only their third power play opportunity of the evening, and they're already 2 for 2. Third look. Different unit, though, on this time. No Travis Longboat, as on top of the power play, they go with number 84 in Marty Hill. Hill up top with Montour, and I believe that's Race Weiss. Weiss couldn't connect and squeeze that ball. Paris just trying to get it over in 10 seconds. He gets around Marty Hill, and only 8 seconds left to tick off the clock. I don't think we'll see any more pushing and shoving, as Paris will just give it up to Andy Campbell, who winds and fires, but it's denied. That will be it. All Six Nations in tonight's Arena Lacrosse League matchup. Final score, Six Nations 18, the Paris Riverwolves 7. Be sure to join us right here next weekend. ILA hosts 2 Arena Lacrosse League games, 1 and 4 p.m. Check the website for more information. Be sure to stay up to date with everything Arena Lacrosse League and Six Nations Snipers Lacrosse. Tonight's 3 stars selected by the broadcast team here at the ILA. First star, gonna have to go with Brandon Stiers. What a performance in goal for Six Nations. An assist. He played defense as well, stripping the ball away a few times. Transition game was on point. But not only that, some of the heroic saves he made to keep his team and spark that offense, which came alive in the second half. Second star, Travis Longboat, number 39 for the Six Nations Snipers. All 3 stars coming from the Snipers tonight. Longboat, lots of goals and lots of excellent looks with those outside shots. 3 goals for him tonight. And our third star, Lane Smith, number 33